Hey, it's Austin James. Yes, I'm living with diabetes, but it doesn't have to define me. Thanks to the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor, I get real-time glucose readings throughout the day. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor is small and easy to wear, giving me the freedom to focus on my life as a parent and a musician. Now this is progress. You can get a free sensor at freestylelibre.us.
Offer available for people who qualify. Visit myfreestyle.us to see all terms and conditions. Certain exclusions apply. Data on file. Abbott Diabetes Care. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles, like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble Fir with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the flocked Starry Light Fraser Fir with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box.
Ooh.
Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot and enjoy free delivery on most holiday decor. Subject to availability. See homedepot.com/delivery for details.
What is this place?
Welcome to Cloud 9.
How exactly did I get here?
You're a Toyota Crown driver, and only Crown drivers ever reach this level of pure bliss.
The captivating Toyota Crown family. Toyota, let's go places.
What's it like to get the new iPhone 16 Pro with AT&T Next Up Anytime? It's like when you first light up the grill and think of all the mouth-watering possibilities. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on AT&T and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024 with Siri and device language set to U.S. English. Some features and languages will be coming over the next year. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. Subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See att.com/iPhone for details.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month we're talking about women who found themselves at the center of controversy, whether deserved or not. Today we're talking about one of the most important women in the New Testament. Sometimes she's portrayed as a follower of Jesus, sometimes a reformed sinner, and sometimes Jesus' wife. Her multitude of identities reflect centuries of shifting attitudes towards women. Let's talk about Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene is mentioned by name 12 times in the New Testament, making her the second most mentioned woman in the text, right behind Mary, mother of Jesus. In fact, Mary Magdalene is mentioned more often than most of Jesus' apostles. Mary Magdalene's identity has long been fragmented and then fused back together, and it began in the New Testament itself. The cultural conception of Mary Magdalene is made up of at least 3 different Marys mentioned in Christian canonical texts. Mary Magdalene, or Mary of Magdala, got her name from her hometown, a small village on the Sea of Galilee. According to the Gospel of Mark, she was introduced to Jesus' ministry after he cast out 7 demons from her. She was possibly well off, as she was said to have provided for Jesus and his apostles. From then on, she followed his teachings closely and was present at his crucifixion, his entombment, and his resurrection. These are the actions of Mary of Magdala. Then there's Mary of Bethany. She witnessed the resurrection of her brother Lazarus and anointed Jesus. Given the similarities in their stories, Mary Magdalene is also often referred to as the woman who anointed Jesus' feet. And finally, there's the anonymous sinner. The Gospels tell the story of a woman with loose hair and a bad name, which were signifiers of sexual sin. She also appears with an alabaster jar, which she uses to anoint Jesus' feet and repent her past sins. It just so happens that the anonymous sinner appears in the Gospel of Luke just before Mary Magdalene is first named. There's no clear scriptural connection between these 2 women, and yet, some have merged this woman's story with Mary Magdalene's. It's not exactly clear when Mary Magdalene became this mosaic of so many different women, but it was probably helped along in 591 CE, when Pope Gregory I lumped all the Marys together in a sermon. He declared that the sinful woman from the Gospel of Luke, the Mary of Bethany from John, and the Mary from whom 7 devils were ejected in Mark were all the same woman. So ever since the 6th century, Mary Magdalene's identity has been complicated. Was she a sex worker, a well-to-do woman? No matter who she was in her own lifetime, it's Mary Magdalene's legacy that has continued to inspire controversy. Her character, her story, her significance have all passed through centuries of scrutiny, and she's been reinterpreted over and over again. For starters, it's worth noting that the Gospels were written down after a long oral tradition. They often slightly contradict each other or retell stories through distinct accounts. The Mary Magdalene of Luke is one changed by the passage of time and seen through the filter of the evangelist's own attitudes towards women. It's also important to note that depending on who's telling her story, Mary Magdalene tends to fall into one of two stereotypes, saint or sinner. Some scholars argue that this split in Mary Magdalene's identity comes from opposing views on the place of women in the church. In all versions of her story, Mary Magdalene is important. In some early Christian texts, she's even given status equal to an apostle. But in order to temper her power in a patriarchal world, Mary Magdalene is separated from the other apostles by assuming a romantic role. She either becomes a sex worker, which in the eyes of the church belittles her, or she becomes Jesus' wife. This last identity mainly comes from old oral tradition, and it was revived as part of the plot of Dan Brown's 2003 best-selling thriller, The Da Vinci Code. Whoever Mary Magdalene really was, her prominence continues to fascinate us today. As Catholic scholar James Carroll notes, it's Mary Magdalene who embodies the conflict over the place of women in Christianity. And while many worship the Virgin Mary, he says, quote, "It is Magdalene with whom they identify." All month, we're talking about women of controversy. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. As always, we'll be taking a break for the weekend. Talk to you on Monday.
Does money stress you out? Let Facet flip your financial chaos into clarity.
We feel way more confident and secure in our finances, and with that comes a sense of freedom.
Financial planning from Facet is here to help you improve your life today, tomorrow, and every day after that.
Facet was really the place where we saw all of the tools and the people coming together.
Visit Facet.com, FACET.com to learn more. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice. These testimonials are from current Facet members who are not compensated. All opinions are their own and not a guarantee of a similar outcome.
Once upon a time, Amazon Music met audiobooks, and listeners everywhere rejoiced.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they could listen to one audiobook title a month from an enormous library of popular audiobook titles, including romantasy, autobiographies, true crime, and more. Suddenly, listeners didn't mind sitting in traffic or even missing their flight. Amazon Music Unlimited now includes Audible.
No way.
Download the Amazon Music app now to start listening. Terms apply.
Hey, order up!
Small Business Saturday is right around the corner. And so is that shop you've been meaning to check out. On November 30th, support your local community by shopping small on Small Business Saturday, founded by American Express.
With millions of books on Amazon, there's a reading feeling for everyone. For example, Raquel's "Whoa" when she first entered the kingdom by Dragonback is different to Ari's
"Whoa"
when he found out there was more than one crime scene, which is also different to Ava's "Whoa" the moment when the stable boy became a stable man. From "Whoa" to
"Whoa"
to "Whoa." Amazon Books. That reading feeling awaits.